Hey guys, what's going on? It's King here, and today we're going to go over the absolutely insane trade that took place yesterday afternoon between the Nashville Predators and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Before I get started, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see from this channel because I'm very into hockey, basketball, and football. I'd love to make content on all three sports, so just go ahead and let me know if any of that interests you. But without further ado, let's just get into the video. Just as Tampa Bay does every year, they go out and trade for a bottom six checking forward and Tanner Jeannot from the Predators, and in turn, they'll give the Predators Cal Foote a 2025 first, a 2024 second, and a 2023 third, fourth, and fifth round pick. This trade went through when I was at work, so when I checked my phone to see the details of this trade, I was very confident that Tampa Bay was going to be receiving another player or another piece back, or that it was from a troll account, and which neither of the two happened. Just look at the reaction from general managers league-wide. Any team that was considered sellers or considered selling at the deadline should now be very interested in parting ways with their rentals. Likewise, many teams that consider themselves to be buyers should tread lightly after Tampa Bay reset the market value with this trade. As Frank alludes to here, Tampa Bay will be going long-term with Jeannot. I would be perpetually shocked if a team gave up that much value for a rental, let alone a rental with the value of Jeannot's. It is worth noting that Jeannot is a RFA, not a UFA, but the point still stands that Tampa will be paying him this offseason. I would also like to add that I don't intend to be ripping too hard on Jeannot, as he only is a 25-year-old coming off a 24-goal rookie season. The package just seems like a steep price to pay for a player of his caliber. As for Nashville, this trade puts them in a very good position to potentially blow it all up. Nashville has tried to retool their core while being competitive over the past 10 seasons and have had some success, mainly back in 2017 in the Cup final against the Penguins, but in recent years have seen many first-round exits and lay in the gray area of mediocrity. However, the Predators only find themselves 6 points out of the final wildcard spot in the Western Conference, with games in hand on many of the teams in front of them. It'll be interesting to see what decisions David Poile makes in the coming days here. If I was David Poile, I would listen in on guys like Matthias Ekholm, Mikael Granlund, Dante Fabro, and even UC Saros if the package was there. Nashville has had a great run at being a very feisty and competitive team, but I just don't think I can see them competing for a Stanley Cup with this core. With the amount of picks they've accumulated in this trade, as well as the pick/young talent they could acquire dealing any of the aforementioned players, this could be a quick rebuild for the Preds. Pivoting back to Tampa Bay for a second, I can see a world where Tanner Jeannot ends up being a very effective player for them right away and will find a way to use his large frame to make big hits and score crucial goals for them down the stretch and into the postseason. Lightning general manager Julien Brisebois has shown before that he is not afraid to trade picks for players he feels will make a difference down the stretch, as he has traded a first for Barclay Goodrow and a first for Blake Coleman in 2020, as well as 2 first-round picks just last season for Brandon Hagel. If I were to give out grades for the trade, I would give the Lightning a C-. I think Jeannot will be a fine player for them and do a good job at playing the role they're looking for him to play. I just cannot give them a higher grade with what they gave up in return. And as for Nashville, I would absolutely give them an A+. Absolutely phenomenal job done by David Poile to get the significant draft capital back and a young defenseman in return for a guy that's having a down season across the board in Jeannot. That will be the end of today's video. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching if you watched the whole thing. Feel free to leave it a like if you enjoyed it, and also comment down below. Let me know what type of sports you would like to hear me talk about. I love talking football, basketball, and hockey, so anything that you guys would like to listen to me talk about, I'd love to talk about. So with that, have a good night, guys. Be safe, and we'll see you next time.